My parents died, and I wish I could have been nicer to them. That is a phrase that many people say every day because people die all the time. It might be a car accident, it might be age, hard stuff, a lot of things. But shit happens, and we have to deal with it, right? What we have to always remember is that we love our family. Deep in our hearts, we know we love our family. Well, most of us at least. So we really gotta appreciate what value they provide for us and what kind of love they gave us when we were little, for example. Now, how can you make sure that this doesn't happen to you? Because this happens to a lot of people, and we all take people for granted. The worst thing that happens most of the time is that people don't spend enough time with the people they love. They're busy at work, going to the gym, improving themselves even, which is good, obviously. But they forget about the people that they love. Maybe sometimes they go out with their friends, but mostly they're just focused on themselves or just being alone and doing their thing. And then the person just passes away. When that happens, you can't go back in time and fix everything. So, when you're hearing this advice, you have to start from today or from this week and make sure you always spend time with the people you love, and especially quality time. So how can we make sure you always do that? As I said in my first video, having a calendar is very important because you can't meet and talk to people you love every day. They're gonna be away, they're gonna be busy, and you don't have that time. If you always spend time with the people you love, then you never improve yourself in life. So again, balance is the most important thing you can do here. What I do personally is I have 1 day or 2 days a week, preferably Saturdays and Sundays, where I spend a couple of hours with the people that I love. Sometimes it might be my mother or my sister, my grandparents, my friends. And that really, really helps me manage time with them. Because when I did not have a calendar, I'm talking about digital calendar, not real calendar. When I did not have a calendar, it was very hard to keep track of what was going on in my life. And I was usually just focused on myself or just doing nothing at this point. But this way, I always have time to see people because I know that this week, on this date, I will have to spend time with my grandparents. That way, there's no other thing that can replace that time unless it's a super emergency. And that really helps me spend time with the people that I love. I would advise you to do the same. I do use Notion Calendar. You can use Google Calendar as well, and there might be some other calendars you can do. And for example, what I did, you don't have to do this, but I'm just telling you. I asked my grandparents, for example, like I don't see them very often. Before I even had the calendar, I saw them like once a year or twice a year maximum. So I was like, what is a time period, like frequency, which you would like to see me on, right? And they said like, oh, if we see you like every 4 weeks, like every month maybe, that would be very good. Like we would like that, you know. And in my calendar, I just did automatic event system. And I just put in the event of hanging out with my grandparents. And obviously, every month we might not have the time for it. They might have another thing to do, or I might have a really important exam maybe I'm getting ready for. But mostly, on most months, I'm still hanging out with them once. And that's how I manage basically with everyone. Some people do not want to have a specific amount of frequency in which I see them. But with most people, that's how I manage to spend time with them. I would advise you to do the same, definitely. And make sure, spend time with your loved ones. Because we never know. At any second, any one of them can disappear from this world. And we will not be able to see them. We will not be able to reverse time. We will not be able to spend time with them when we could. So have that as a priority. Because we all know that the people we love are one of the most important things in our lives. So do not neglect that part of your life. Do not neglect the people you love. And make sure you spend time with them whenever you can, which will be in balance of your life. Thank you again very much for listening, and I hope that this helps at least one of you. And consider subscribing because I'm pretty new to this stuff. I do this kind of video once a week, talking about a thing that helped me, so maybe it will help you as well. And generally talking about some life topics that are important. Thank you very much. See you next week.